You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The 100 After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The 100 After Show.
Hey.
Hello, hello.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the 100 episode 11, The Calm. I'm your host, Chloe Onyx.
And I'm Tauri J. Miller.
And we're back. We're a little late this week, guys. Forgive us. You know, that good old Memorial Day weekend holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We just wanted it to sink in for you guys because there's a lot that happened in this episode. So we wanted you to give some time to process it. And we hope you really, let it sink in.
Yes. Speaking of so much that happened, let's just get into it. So we start off the episode with the grounders have not come. So they think, oh, we're free.
Right.
Home free. We must have scared them off for good. We're so powerful, us the 100.
Right.
Absolutely not.
No.
And after that, we jump right into the arc, which was good because last week we had a break. We didn't really see the arc, I think, at all.
Nope, not at all.
So as soon as we get to the arc, we see Kane, who wakes up, and he's, surprised. You see the sun revolving, and he starts to walk around and look and see who's alive, and he starts to find people.
Yeah.
What did you think about the arc making its, way back into the picture this way? Like, Kane as, a good guy looking for survivors.
I thought it was weird because everyone was a lot more scattered than they were the last we had seen them.
Yeah.
Because we had a big group of people gathered at the launch bay when the Exodus shot off. And so I would have expected to see a big passed out group of people, but everyone is here and there every which way. We don't know where Jaha is at this point.
Exactly.
It's just Kane. So you're wondering how he got there, what's going to happen next.
So, I love this episode because it's action-packed, rather, or just packed. Let's just be real. There's a lot that happened. And it's a lot of back and forth between the arc that I haven't seen since the earlier episodes.
Yeah.
But after that, we see him wandering. We jump back to the ground. We see Octavia, who's working in the smokehouse. And, we would think that she has, a higher-up position, being that she's Bellamy's sister. But whatever. And then it burns up. And we see Murphy lurking around. And we just, we see him messing with Octavia's head to some degree.
Yeah. So the other guy, Dell, was putting too much fire and kind of giving Octavia a little crap. Called her, what was it, the Grounder Pounder?
Grounder Pounder. Yeah, that was funny.
So juvenile.
So actually the smokehouse burns up. All the meat is gone. And Clarke decides, you know what, we need to go hunt for our meat.
Right.
Because we're going to starve.
Yes.
Or we can't fight the grounders without, having,
provisions,
enough food. So they send out pretty much anyone who's well and able, for lack of better words, to go and hunt. And this is a very good part right here. After we send everyone off, we see Raven. Actually, we see Raven and Finn right before they go off. What did you think of that little interaction there?
It was super tense. I liked his line where he's like, because at the time she's refilling bullets and essentially distributing the gunpowder, and Finn comes up and he goes, "Are one of those bullets for me?"
Right. I would have said yes. Exactly.
So I mean,
I just thought it was very interesting that. And I knew this was going to happen. As soon as she's like, I'm good, I'm done, here he comes, just, hey, let me talk to you. Let me, make this right. It's like, go away. So it's very interesting because, she's kind of mean, and then she gets a little bit nicer. And then, wait, don't go, we're good, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And then they actually leave, and she sees him leaving with Raven, and so she gets upset.
Right.
And she's ready to just leave camp altogether onto greener pastures.
Yeah.
And we see Bellamy stop her.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just you need to get over it. You need to move on. Life's not all about Finn. And And then she puts the moves on Bellamy. What do you think about that?
I mean, it was more sad than anything because it was like
Pity sex?
it was pity sex, and I like that he was like, hey, you know, if you're looking for someone to tell you that this is a bad idea, it's not gonna be
not
me.
that guy.
So hey, my clothes are off. What's up?
I know that super sucks. So okay, we know Bellamy's a jerk, and we see them afterwards. You know, she's just kind of like, you know, all right, that was fine. On to the next kind of thing.
Right.
Do you feel like there will be a spark between her and Bellamy in the future?
I no.
Really?
Yeah, because as much of many of the fans would agree with me, I think that of the people for a viable relationship, it would be Bellamy and Clarke, Bellarke as they all say.
Yes, everybody wants Bellamy and Clarke, like because they kind of rule like king and queen kind of thing.
Yeah, and everyone was raging when when Bellamy and Raven got together, and that like however
Not
long
hot.
it took, everyone was just so mad. They were like,
Yeah.
"Come on, he's Clarke's."
They're angry.
Yeah.
They need to cool off. I get it. All right, they can cool off. And on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break so you can check out our new book from our friend Maria Menounos.
Hey guys, Maria Menounos here, and I want to share my newest book, The Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness, with you. Basically, every woman always stops me and asks me how I lost 40 pounds, so I decided to put it all in one book. Everything I did to lose 40 pounds step by step, and how you can too, is in here. I did it with no time, no money, and no willpower, and now I'm going to show you how to do it too. You can pre-order it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, Walmart, wherever books are sold, and it's out June 3rd. So I hope you guys love it. I hope it helps you in your weight loss journey, and please, please tweet me and update me on your progress at Maria Menounos. Thanks.
Okay, I hope the audience cooled down a little bit with some
Yeah.
motivation there. So let's jump into the arc now, because this episode, again, it just moves back and forth a lot. And we see Kane, he finds people, you know, he's helping them up.
Right.
He eventually gets in contact with Jaha, who's telling him, like, you know, like, find people, get them to the mess hall. There's air there for people.
Yeah.
You know, and he's kind of like, you know, well, where are you? And Jaha's like, well, don't worry about me. I'm going to, you know, just die.
Right.
Like, this is like the third time where he's given up. I don't know how I feel about Jaha as a leader.
I don't think he wasn't giving up. I mean, because basically where they were in the Earth monitoring station, and what they were using the available oxygen they had left to basically reroute everything to the mess hall so they could save everyone. But there was no way in or out because everything had been blocked, which again keeps confusing me, because the last we had seen everyone, they were in this big ball in front of the launch bay. How did Jaha get in this into that room to get blocked in the first place?
I think we need to write the producers on that.
Guys, and if you know, tweet me or let us know. Jason Rothenberg, let me know. Just tell me. Come on.
Well, I'm over Jaha giving up on his people, but apparently you're not.
I know. No.
But
I mean,
look, I don't blame you. Let us know what you think. Like, comment on YouTube. I love the comments. What was I gonna say? Like us. Go to iTunes. Listen to us.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think. But I'm tired of Jaha. Personally, I think no leader should just be so quick to die on his people when things go left. But anyway, on a positive note, let's go back to what's going on the ground. So we see everyone who's left for camp to go hunting, and Finn and I was going to say Raven. See that, guys? I love Raven. Finn and Clarke have picked up a little friend, Miles, who wants to go with them. So it's not really a two people. It's not like a lovey-dovey thing. It's like a three people situation.
Right.
So that kind of cools it. You know, it makes you think like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. And anyway, they're out for the hunt, and Miles, who's kind of the third wheel,
right,
gets shot with a spear in the leg.
It is
or arrow?
arrows. Yeah, he gets hit by like 3 arrows, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't die, so it wasn't that bad.
Spoilers.
Right? But no, we're talking about it right now. Okay. So he gets shot with an arrow, and then, of course, Clarke and Finn get knocked out and taken back to the Grounders camp to help a young girl, Triss, who's dying. She was on the bridge when it exploded, and she's dying. What did you think about the fact that they brought Clarke back and wanted her to like save their people? Because I'm like, honestly, if I'm really your enemy, you really want me to come back and like, what if I
Right.
just sabotaged it and slit her throat? You know what I mean? Like,
That's true.
it was just interesting to me.
Well, I feel like by the way that they had done it, they were really desperate. So they kept saying, "Our healer's gone. Our healer's gone."
Yes.
Which I assume was Lincoln, and he's hit the trails.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so now that he's
very
gone,
true.
they need someone else.
Exactly.
Though my issue is that even though they brought her here to help, everything that she did, they would go, "Why did you do that?" And
Yeah.
like hit her.
Anya wasn't having it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Tris was like bleeding in the lung, so you have to get the blood out or she's gonna like pretty much choke or die.
Yeah, she's gonna choke on her own blood.
On her own blood. And you know, when Clarke went to puncture her so that the blood can come out, Anya was just like, "No, what are you doing?" You know, and it's just like, well, you don't have any idea what you're doing.
Right.
You called me to come help you, and now I'm helping you, and now you're acting a fool. Like, get your life together. Come on, Anya. Like,
Yeah,
make up
seriously.
your mind. I'm just saying. I let me do what I'm gonna do, or just let me be, or kill me. Cause
Yeah, seriously.
It's I don't know.
Like the first time we saw Anya, I was like, all right, cool. I respect her. You know, it's this tribe who's led by this strong woman.
Yes.
Huzzah! But like now, she just seems like a fool, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, that's desperation.
I guess so.
And then on top of that, she puts in this whole quote, or if you don't save her life, I'm gonna kill Finn.
Right.
And it's just like, okay, there's pressure on it. You know, they're trying to like get the girl blood because they realize that her blood is tainted.
Right.
Anya doesn't want to give blood. I'm like, okay, you want me to save a life? You don't want to help. Anything
Right.
I do, you're trying to like beat me up or strike me to the ground. I mean, what would you do when you're in the situation of if you had a tribe or village and your people's lives depended on your enemy?
I mean, there had to have been someone else who could heal. Like, someone had to teach
Exactly.
Lincoln.
Good
So,
point.
really,
Where's the elders? Where are the elders?
I don't know.
I mean, they're in the village somewhere. They should be. I'm just saying.
I mean, if you think about it in a different way, in that, like, she brought her there with the intent to be like, all right, you can be our healer, but really it was more of a revenge thing.
Really? I didn't catch that, but okay.
Well, no, that's the way I
interesting.
thought about it, in that, like, she
Do this and succeed, or I'm gonna get revenge.
Right.
Okay.
So it's a win-win. Either her second survives, or she gets to basically take the life of the person who took her second's life.
That's true. So now we jump back to the arc again. Sorry, guys. I know it's so cut, but that's how it really felt. Like, I'm like, okay, here, okay, there.
Right.
So back to the arc, we see that Kane is very adamant about saving Jaha's life. He tells the rest of the men or survivors, you know, to hurry up, get to the mess hall, but he's going to stay behind and look for Jaha or get through whatever barriers he has to. And then we see the men who, first, they kind of like, for lack of better words, they're kind of itchy. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
like, you know, we da-da-da-da. And then they see what he's doing. He's being selfless. And then they kind of join in. And
Yeah.
they kind of help out. And they pull off whatever this barricade is on the door.
Yeah.
And they make it into the room where they see, like, you know, there's no oxygen pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And Jaha, I love this moment. And I specifically starred this because Jaha goes, I specifically gave you orders to leave me behind and go do whatever. And I wrote this down and quote, Kane says this, and it just melts my heart. He goes, a wise man once told me I need to learn when not to follow the law.
Oh.
I thought that was like a really interesting turn of character.
Yeah.
You know, because in the beginning he was just like this idiot. And then he, you know, we see compassion.
Yeah.
So
He's really grown a lot.
his
since.
character's grown a lot. Big ups to the writers. I'm just saying it's a very interesting turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's pretty much, we see that touching moment and everyone's trying to help, you know, whoever's in there who can't breathe, and everyone's trying to get back to the mess hall. So I thought that was a really good moment.
I agree. And like, I'm glad that they spared Jaha again. And like Kane, I kind of feel like this is his chance for redemption, because he still feels terrible about killing the 300 people.
I know.
Um,
I'm not laughing. Yeah.
And so, like, in that moment where he was like, no one else is gonna die because of me, I thought was like a really good, like, champion moment.
Yeah, and a big change of events. Like
Yeah.
a big, like that changed his, I feel, attitude altogether.
Yeah.
You know, so that was interesting. So back on the ground now, we see that, of course, well, not of course, that's sad, that Clarke couldn't save Triss's life, the little girl.
Yeah.
And immediately Anya goes for Finn. Like, you know, I told you I was going to kill him. And, you know, she grabs him up and then she leaves Clarke in the room with the guard. What did they say his name?
I don't believe so.
Okay. So guard, whoever you are, which doesn't matter because your fate is doomed. He starts talking to Clarke about, you know, just we don't want to be mean to you, or you know, our healer is gone.
Yeah.
And pretty much we need you or want you here. If you do this, then, you know, it'll make your way here easier. And Clarke is like, well, what are you talking about? And he's just like this is where you're going to be from now on. And
Right.
she's just kind of like, well, what about my people? And he pretty much tells her, like, we're going to obliviate your people.
Tomorrow.
So you need to just be happy that we picked you, kind of thing. And Clarke, which is so ironic, I did not expect this from her, pulls out a knife and charges at him and slices his neck.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about that for Clarke? I was shocked. For lack of better words, I was shocked.
I was only kind of shocked, mostly
Really?
because she's killed before. I actually felt bad for the security guard because he was a nice guy.
He was cool, right? He was
yeah.
like, he was trying to make her feel comfortable. She
Exactly.
was just like, slice your throat.
She could have at least just like stabbed him to incapacitate him, maybe put a gag in or something. I don't know, but like she didn't have to
went
kill
for
him
the
like
jugular.
that. Yeah.
That's war. That's war. That's war. Like when Anya comes back, it's going down. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
So she slices his neck. She escapes, which is very interesting on how she escaped.
Yeah. I assume she was deep in their cave.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, look, I didn't write it, but it's very interesting to me. And we see her out and about running. And then we cut to the camp of the 100 where Raven has made them these wonderful radios, her and her little smart mind. And they're out there kind of looking. Once she finds out that Finn and Clarke and Miles are left together, she feels like a little bit of an idiot because she's like, all right, it wasn't like a lovebird thing. It was 3 of them, and they're missing. And so there's a search party out now, and she's a part of it. And we see them vigorously looking through the woods.
Right. Also, to note, earlier when Monty was going through the black box of the Exodus, he had noticed a weird signal that seemed to have knocked their navigation, which is the reason that they crashed.
Yeah.
And so, jump forward to now, he's wandering the forest looking for the 3, Clarke, Miles, and Finn.
Exactly.
And he picks up the signal on his walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
And discovers something, but we don't know what it is.
Because it just sounds like static at this point.
Right.
So it's not clear.
Yeah.
So we see Finn. I mean, not Finn, excuse me. Finn is probably dead by now. But maybe not, because this all kind of twist and turn. But as we know right now, Finn is pretty much dead.
Yeah.
We see Clarke running for her life because she wants to spread the message, of course, like, you know, like they're coming. Like, don't be confused. And then we see her get caught in a trap, pretty much by her foot, and she's upside down.
Yeah.
And we see, again, the search party that's out there looking for her in Miles and Finn. And, you know, they realize, like, you know what, we need to retreat. You know, they find...
they found Miles.
And then they're, I don't want to say excited, but, you know, it's, you know, like, whew, hope.
Yeah.
Keep hope alive. And as soon as they find Miles and they're ready to retreat, Monty is missing. And they're radioing him. We see his radio. We see no Monty.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, and they also, once they know that, like, Clarke and Finn got taken by the Grounders, they kind of give up hope, too.
You think?
Well, they were both like, oh, I guess we need to go back to the camp, because if they've got by the Grounders, then, I mean, there's pretty much no hope. Because, I mean, at this point, it's all out war. So anyone who gets captured, they are assuming,
it's over. So and this was like groundbreaking for me right here when we get to the end of the episode and we jump back to the Ark.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Kane is like superhero status here. He went to save Jaha. They're telling him that the lower deck, the bay deck or bay area of the ship is like, so it's too hot and it's hard to get through.
Right.
And he's just like, no, I'm just going to save everybody. And so we
Uh-huh.
see him kind of tunneling through this, what appears to be extremely hot circumstances, hot
Yeah.
weather, hot vents, hot
Right.
whatever. He seems to be burned or burning or something along those lines. But he makes his way through, and he gets to the other side, and who does he find sitting there?
He
laying
finds
there.
Abby.
I know, that was very surprising.
It was. I had assumed that she died to death in the crash.
In the crash, and I'm like, how did she even get on the ship? Like, I mean, how did she even stay behind if she was on the Exodus ship?
Right.
I'm lost.
Well, I think Jaha had mentioned that, I guess, or one of the engineers had mentioned that before they took off the Exodus, before the Exodus took off,
Yeah.
they threw a bunch of people into this like side bay, hoping that they would just die upon.
And she was on. That's true.
Yeah.
See, little stuff. I totally forgot about that. So I'm super excited because I'm just like, I really don't know what's gonna happen next. But let's jump into some predictions.
All right.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Yes. So, would you like to go first, or should I? Shall I?
Ladies first.
Okay. I believe that next week, due to everything that's happened this week, that it's going to be war. Like, I feel like it's going down. Like, and I said that before, but I really feel like once Anya sees what happened, Clarke got captured.
Yeah.
I mean, people are just missing on both. Like, there's casualties, and it's going down war status. And I feel like some way, somehow, Abby is going to make contact again with the ground. Because she's just that kind of chick.
Right.
What do you predict?
I predict that the thing that Monty found is going to become a big deal, because we know from the first meeting with Anya that someone at some point has also tried to annihilate the Grounders.
Yes.
And so I'm assuming that this has to do with them. And so, I mean, if they were going to bridge into another season, I mean, that would be the way to do it, to be like, well, here are the Grounders, here are the 100, and here's this common enemy that they're going to have to fight, because they're both going to have to contend to essentially take control of the planet against this whatever signal it is.
That's a lot right there. That's a lot of prediction. Well, okay, that wraps up our show for today.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. I'm your host again, Chloe Onyx. You can find me on Instagram at Chloe Onyx and on Twitter at Chloe Onyx11. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at TauriJ, that's TaurijAY, and you can also catch me on the Sword Art Online panel on Sundays.
All right, guys, we'll see you in 3 days, so it's not that far away. Till next time.
See ya.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.